Well, we'll try it again. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I guess you'll find it or you won't. I'm going to play a little music, and then I will be back.
Moonlit skies and fireworks, people laugh, people flirt all night long. But I just stare. So I drove down to the local bar where people come in their fancy cars and play their games. But I just stare. Then I saw you sitting there, all alone in that empty chair right next to you. I fell in love, oh baby. Boy, I hope you understand that I'm not a girl that needs a man. I got my life and all my plans, and if you were there, you'd just be in my way. And girl, it ain't gotta be like this. I'd give you everything for just one kiss. I don't care what you say, I fell in love with you anyway. Oh, Elizabeth, you take my breath away. At that bar where we first met, you smiled at me and my palms got wet, and you just looked away. But I just stayed. You said, been in love and it never works. I always end up getting hurt, and I ain't doing that no more. There ain't no way. Oh no, 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 no. You stood up to say goodbye, grabbed your hand with a tear in my eye, and I just walked away. But you just stayed. But you looked down and you took my hand and said, boy, I hope you understand that I'm not a girl that needs a man. I got my life and all my plans, and if you were there, you'd just be in my way. Girl, it ain't gotta be like this. I'd give you everything for just one kiss, and I don't care what you say, I fell in love with you anyway. Oh, Elizabeth, you take my breath away.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is an original Jake Johnson song. I pinned a link in the chat for that album. If you would like to own that album, follow the link in the chat. It is free. Take it, download it, enjoy it, listen to it while it's right on the site. However you want to do it, it's yours. The only thing I ask for payment in return is that if you download that album, that you listen to it with someone else. Share the music. Don't just listen to it for yourself. Share it with somebody. Let other people hear the music. That's it. It's free. Dodie, Fab Daddy, Kevin, and Batshit Crazy, welcome to the show. I apologize. We are having internet difficulties. I'm having an intermittent internet problem. And the latest that they can come out is the 16th. So I got to wait until then. I don't know what that means for the show. If they keep dropping me, though, I'm going to have to call it quits because it's just a pain in the ass to re-up a show once I get it all going and get you all back to it. So we'll continue from this point forward. Thank you for listening to the song. Thank you for those of you that liked it. Please hit that thumbs up button, the like button, subscribe, share, support, join, and if you can, I could use it. I appreciate that. You can do that at $ Jake Johnson Band if you're a CashApp user, or if you're PayPal, paypal.me/Jake Johnson Band, or by Super Chat, or however you want to do it. I appreciate it very much. And now back to you. Aaron says, I bet eventually she wanted somebody. The Elizabeth in the song? Eventually. She didn't want that guy, though. Amy says, I'm not a girl that needs a man. That's not part of my plan. Right on. Bad girl. And Batshit Crazy's here. He says, check mark. Hey, Batshit, nice to see you. Kevin says, Amy, but it is God's plan. But is it God's plan? Yes. God's plan is for us to come together, where two people come together as one flesh. A man leaves his mother and father and cleaves unto his wife. That is God's plan. Yes. It's biblical. Amy says, welcome back, Jake. Damn gremlins in the connection. Yes. Yes, they are. Nobody can seem to figure out what's causing it. It's not on my end. Everything's hooked up right and it works. But every now and then it just drops the internet for 10 minutes. And it's a pain in the butt, and I never know when it's going to come back. So luckily it came back quickly this time. Maybe it won't do it again. If I drop again, I'm just going to quit because it's too much trouble to get everybody back together and get everything set back up. It's pretty hard to do. But appreciate you guys putting up with it anyway. Amy says, reshared. Right on. Kevin says, hold on. Amanda says, hi, Batshit Crazy. And Amy says, hi, Batshit Crazy. And CBS 12 says, the man is real, not made of steel. True. But there's a certain amount of metal in you, so technically you are made of steel to some degree. Amy says, Kevin, those are song lyrics. Right on. Kevin says, hello, Batshit Crazy. And hello, CBS. CBS says, hello, Kevin. I've been seeing a lot of people's names with crowns followed by a number. What does that mean? It's just a new YouTube thing that they're trying out. I guess it's an incentive to Super Chat or something like that. And it ranks people according to how much they chat. I don't know what it means other than that. I didn't do it. It's not mine. Amy says, reshared. And Fab Daddy says, the crowns are people that comment first. Right on. Hey, Fab Daddy. Kevin says, CBS, you get experience points for commenting. Right on. And Amy says, it's some new experience thing that YouTube started based on the number of comments. And Kevin says, XP. Right. CBS says, okay, thank you. You're welcome. How do you say that? Huao Texiera. Hey, guys, what's this live about? It's about you, Tabo. Or Jow. How do you say that? Jow? Or Joie. I'm just going to call you Jay. How about that? And Fab Daddy says, political discourse tonight. Yes, whatever you want to talk about that's vaguely political, we'll talk about it. You can have whatever opinion you want. You can take whatever position you want. You can argue if you want. but you got to leave remaining friends. You can't be an asshole. Kevin says, Jay, stick around. You'll catch on. Right on. Amy says, hi, Jay. Just talking about stuff. And Amanda says, hi, newcomers. Welcome. Rich S says, Jay is either Portuguese or Brazilian. Right on. And Jay is fine. Thank you, Jay, because I don't know how to pronounce that. And I don't want to butcher your name. Amy says, welcome, Jay. And Jay says, yep, I'm Portuguese. Nice. Welcome to the show. Nice to have somebody from that part of the world. Rich S says, Azorian here. What does Azorian mean? From the Azores? Or do you run around with a mask and a sword? I'm sorry, that's an old people joke. Whew. Cowboys 8-panel. Hey, girl, long time no see. How you doing out there? Nice to see you. Welcome in. Welcome back. And Dodie says, Amy, thank you for introducing me in this show, or to this show. We're glad to have you, Dodie. And Jay says, Azores is a Portuguese archipelago. Okay. That means island, right? Or series of islands. Rich S says, correct again, Jake. I thought I knew something one day. Amy says, need more coffee. Be right back. Good thinking. La Flame Meat Rider says, who would win 100 George Floyds or 1 G of fentanyl? What are you talking about, La Flame? Who would win 100 George Floyds or 1 gram of fentanyl? Oh, I see. Commas are important. That's how we understand language when we're reading it. Amanda says, hey, Cowboys, 8-panel. Batshit Crazy says, guitar, Audi symbol, or Olympics, one or the other. And Fab Daddy says, Wakanda here. I bet you do think you're from Wakanda, don't you? How you doing, Fab? Nice to see you, buddy. Aaron says, release the Kraken. My voice is cracking. That's all the cracking I'm going to get. Amy says, fentanyl is a horrible curse on the world. Yeah. Christine Marshall says, just listening tonight. Hey, Christine, nice to see you, buddy. Amanda says, hi. Aaron says, facts, Amy, and never funny. Right on. La Flame says, I can't breathe. Well, you should probably take a breath or get your thumb out of your mouth. That would help you breathe. Get one of those anti-vapor devices, you know. You got the vapors. It'll go good with your man bun. Aaron says, try closing your mouth and using your nose. Always a good, astute observation there, Aaron. Rich S says, hey, Christine Marshall. Nice to see everybody. Thank y'all for finding me when I got kicked out. I appreciate that. I do apologize for inconvenience. It is not my doing. You can only pay for the equipment. You can't make it work. Hopefully they'll send me a new updated modem, though, and I'll have faster internet after this. We'll see. But they are awful slow. First of all, you can't talk to a person. You got to talk to an AI bot. And you're trying to explain your problem to the AI bot who is not programmed to do anything other than normal use scenarios. So it doesn't understand how to fix a problem because problems are against normal type. So try to explain your problem to an AI that doesn't understand problems. And then it says the earliest anybody can come out is the 16th of next month. And I'm like, well, what about today? Do you guys not work? You not have people with trucks? I see CenturyLink trucks all the time. Send one of them by my house. Well, we're on the list. Oh,